This can't be real. Seriously, this can't be real. The last time we saw Caitlin Clark in an Indiana Fever jersey was months ago, and ever since then, we've been hearing the same thing over and over again. She's close. We're ramping her up. She's almost ready. Fast forward to now, preseason is right around the corner, and guess what? They're still saying she's being ramped up. At this point, you have to ask, what exactly is going on? Because this isn't a player coming off a career-ending injury. This is Caitlin Clark, one of the toughest, most durable players we've seen in years. She's not 40. She's not coming off an ACL. She hasn't had a history of injury. So why are they treating her like she's fragile? It doesn't add up. And here's where it gets even more confusing. While the Fever are talking about easing her in, we just watched Clark go out there, shake off rust, and dominate on the international stage. She looked sharp, confident, in rhythm. So how can she perform at that level, but still not be ready for her own team? That's the question nobody seems to want to answer. Now let's talk about what Stephanie White actually said. She mentioned being smart, managing rep, not giving Clark too much in practice, and slowly building her up. On the surface, that sounds reasonable, but when you really think about it, it raises a bigger concern. Are they protecting her health or protecting something else? Because let's be honest, Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's the face of the franchise. She fills arenas. She drives ticket sales. She brings eyes to the league. And if she goes down, that changes everything. So is this really about basketball or business? That's the twist nobody wants to say out loud. Now imagine this. A generational talent like Clark, someone who should have the ball in her hand, controlling the game, might actually be asked to play off the ball more. Less pressure, less risk. But does that make sense? Look at players like Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Magic Johnson, and Chris Paul. They thrived with the ball in their hand. That's what made them special. And when you think about Clark's shooting ability, people compare her to Stephen Curry. But her playmaking, that's pure Nash energy, just with more aggression. So why limit that? Why hold back the very thing that makes her elite? It just doesn't feel right. And then there's the bigger picture. If the team is this worried months after the injury, what does that say? Do they not trust her body? Do they not trust their own medical process? Or are they simply playing it too safe? Because sometimes playing it too safe can cost you more than taking a risk. Meanwhile, the roster is stacked with guards, more depth, more options, almost like they're preparing for something. But what? A backup plan or a backup excuse? And then there's the rookie situation. Players coming in, being praised for winning backgrounds, strong coaching, discipline. Names like Raven Johnson being highlighted for their mentality. That's great. But here's the problem. We're hearing a lot about mindset and not much about actual role. Not much about how these players fit around Caitlin Clark. And that matters because at the end of the day, this team goes as far as she takes them. So here's the real question. Are the Indiana Fever building around Caitlin Clark or slowly holding her back? Because if this load management turns into limiting her impact, fans are going to notice. And when they do, it won't just be question, it'll be outrage. So now I want to hear from you. Is this smart strategy or a sign of fear? Drop your thoughts below.